loves. It is Monday. If you are new here, hi, I'm Chazles Renee, and thank you so much for being here. If you are a returning subscriber, hi, my loves. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. So, I thought we could use a nice little relaxing speed build for this Monday. And I know a lot of us have Monday blues every week. It's just like nobody wants to get back to their daily life routine on Monday. So it's a little hard for us all to adjust. So I thought, you know what? Let's have a nice, relaxing, serene speed build. So I've decided to completely organize and decorate my storage room, which consists of chests for my gems, but especially the most important part for my beautiful flowers. So that is what today's speed build is going to be. It is going to be a build for my storage room, or in my terms, it's going to be a flower room. And I decided to go with some inspiration from Animal Crossing New Horizons butterfly room. If you guys don't know what it is, definitely look it up. It is part of the museum in Animal Crossing, and it has a specific room dedicated for insects, and one of the rooms is actually a butterfly room, and it is filled with flowers, and it has a nice big fountain right in the middle. So that is what I'm taking my inspiration from today. So if you love speed builds, and if you're like me and you love plants and flowers, then definitely keep on watching, because this is a video for you. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and please consider subscribing, because there's going to be much more speed builds in the future. But let's get started, my loves. So starting off with this build, like I said, I took huge inspiration from the Animal Crossing New Horizons butterfly sanctuary they have in the museum, and it was featuring a big water fountain in the center, and that is exactly what I wanted to incorporate into my plant and flower storage room. So I also wanted to use the Beauty and the Beast pillars as just a little bit of that pastel color added to this room, and I think that it worked out pretty good in the end. So I was struggling trying to fit things to fit right next to the fireplace. I tried several things, but the thing that worked best, in my opinion, was to have the waterfalls on each side, and then I used those beautiful porcelain white flower pots as the centerpiece of the sides of the fireplace as well. And then I just added those beautiful, probably one of my favorite plant items in the game, those beautiful plant baskets, and I use them in brown, and I just thought that it added a little bit of that neutral color to the room. So going into this build, I knew that I was going to have to use lights or some kind of light source to brighten up the room. I did not want to use anything flammable, so that eliminates candles, things like that, because when you're working around plants and flowers, the last thing you want is anything flammable near them. So I found to use the pumpkin vine lamps as a great centerpiece, and a light source as well. And then I added the Cinderella style fireplace, again for another source of light, but also a source of heat during the winter, because on those cold winter months, the plants and flowers are going to need some kind of heat. So I thought, what better way to showcase that than just to have a natural heat source like a fireplace? All right, so I struggled with whether I wanted to keep the Monsters Inc. storage dressers, just because I felt like they weren't going to really fit the room. But like a lot of us, I did not want to empty out these storage drawers because this is where most of my materials are, and it was just going to be too much work. So I decided to leave them, but I put them on each sides of the room and I kind of pushed them back towards the back area. And I actually think they worked out pretty well in the end. I mean, they are multicolored, so they fit the color scheme pretty well. So I'm glad that I chose to leave them. Another beautiful Cinderella item that I used, I knew since the beginning I wanted to use these as the seating area for this flower storage, and that is the beautiful Cinderella ceramic benches. And I thought they just did well on each side of the flower fountain. And again, this is just somewhere we can relax and take in all of the beautiful scents from the flower, as well as all of that beautiful scenery. So, of course, every plant and flower storage room is going to need some workspace where we can plant our new plants and flowers, have our soil, have our tools. So, I decided to craft two of the wooden tables from our workbench and place both of them on each sides of the room, and then just have this be our little, plant and gardening workspace. I chose to put a couple of bags of soil on the floor just to make it look more realistic. I mean, I'm a plant mom. Those bags of soil are huge. There's nowhere to put them. So we tend to just lay them on the ground as we are filling our new planters. I also put a couple of potted plants on the sides just to make it look like we had just planted those. And I just thought it is what brought the plant and flower room to life. So, of course, our flower and plant room is going to need some type of water source because that is where our plants and flowers get their life from. They get it from the sun and they get it from water. So, I had to incorporate a sink. I was first thinking of going with the wooden one that we have that kind of has a rustic feel, but I thought the new Corona sink would be such a beautiful piece just to add color to the room and also show a little bit of elegancy. And I think it was the great choice in the end, and I feel like it again brought elegance to the room. So we are coming up at the end of this build, and probably the most important part of this build was to incorporate some of the beautiful flowers on the foreground. I know we have enough flowers planted in pots and we have enough of plants that are potted, but I wanted to just have some, sporadic flowers here and there. So I dropped a couple on the floor, and the most important ones were the glowing flowers that we get from Eternity Isle. I definitely wanted them in this room as, again, to be another source of light and just add a little bit of glowing sparkle to the room. And that is going to be the end of my storage and plant flower room. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you definitely like this video, please let me know in the comments, and let me know in the comments what you guys did with your flower and storage room. But thank you guys so much for being here in this build. All right, my loves, so I am all done with my flower and plant storage room. I tried to stay true to a lot of greens and colorful flowers. I think it came out pretty well. Let me just do a quick little roundabout for you guys. I did want you guys to see what it looks like in the evening when all of the flowers and lights are glowing. So let me just change the settings. So this is what it looks like at night. I think it looks so much more beautiful during the evening. Like I said, the flowers are just all glowing, the candles, the fireplace, and again, those beautiful pumpkin lamps that we all love and put in all our builds. But this is what it looks like during the evening time. And again, just a nice, serene, relaxing environment to plant all of our beautiful flowers and greenery. So we have our sink here where we get the water for the plants. We have our little planting essential tools, and then I also put 2 benches on each side where we just add soil to pots for new plants, etc., and then just put a bunch of flowers dropped around the floor as well. So this is it. I had really a lot of fun doing this storage room, and I am so glad that I now have something done with my storage room, and it's not just a place that I pretty much dump all of my materials. So I'm glad that you guys could join me in this speed build. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing because there's going to be a lot more of these speed builds in the future. And I just want to again say thank you so much for joining me in this video. You guys are amazing and I appreciate you all. But enjoy your beginning of this week, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.